Look, Joe Biden's crime is being Hunter Biden's father. And being Hunter Biden's very loving father, very good father, very supportive father. Look, did Hunter Biden influence peddle on his last name? Yes, he did. So did half of Washington. People sitting at this table did it. Did Hunter Biden cheat on his taxes? Yes, he did.
Who at this table peddled on their last?
I did. I'm not talking about currently.
We just wanted to clear our names.
Okay.
I was like, oh my God, do I have a claim to fame that I am not using? Sorry, continue, Anna.
Can I go back to my point, please?
Yes,
now that
we've cleared it up. It took a while.
Today.
Yeah.
All right. Did he use his last name to make money? Did he monetize on Joe Biden's last name? Yes, he did. That's not a crime. Did Hunter Biden cheat on his taxes? Yes, he did. So he has admitted it. He paid it back. He paid it back with $600,000 penalty. 15% of Americans cheat on their taxes.
Say that again.
15.5% of Americans cheat on their taxes. And you know how many get prosecuted? Less than 1%.
Talk about the one who used to run the country, who cheated on his taxes, who didn't pay his taxes.
And I absolutely bragged about it.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. Guys, I know that I made you a promise probably about a month ago that I would stop subjecting you to so much of The View. And I really have held up my end of the bargain. For a while there, we were doing a video every other day, it seemed. And it's only because The View is constantly doing and saying such ridiculous and slanderous things, right? And now they've done something truly foolish, and they may actually be facing consequences. So I'm going to show you this. But first, before we do, guys, if you haven't already, please help our channel continue to grow. I think moving into 2024, it's going to be more and more difficult to really get conservative voices heard, guys. So we're going to work together. We're going to do this together. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, most importantly, share the channel. So here's where we're at. What I showed you in the opening clip is apparently about Meghan McCain. At least lawyers believe that any reasonable person who knows the scenario should believe that it's Meghan McCain. And guys, you know, I know that a lot of people in the chat probably don't care much for Meghan McCain. I get that. I go back and forth on her myself. But the truth is, like her or not, the woman is a true conservative. She's not perfect. None of us are. But she is a conservative. And she actually, if you think back, did a pretty fair job on The View, man. In fact, she did such a good job of holding them accountable as often as she could for their true anti-American complete insanity that when they replaced her with two very, very fake conservatives. They were not going to make the same Meghan mistake again. But anyway, so Meghan finally came out. She's saying her piece on what it was like to sit down shoulder to shoulder, face to face with such vile propagandists for so long.
I grew up on watching pro wrestling. I don't know if you grew up watching it as a kid as well. And pro wrestling had this very, and I'm getting to The View with this, pro wrestling had this very kind of fake scenario where you had the good guys and you had the heels, right? The bad guys. And the best heels were the ones who the audience really, really hated. And they got all worked up. They're like, oh my God, the honky tonk man, he's the worst. Oh my God, I want to kill his family. And it really seems to me that your role on The View was to be the bad guy, that you were there to be kind of an object of derision and to get what the term in wrestling is heat, that the more drama there is, the better it is for the show. Did you feel that that was how you were hired to be? And at what point did you realize that that was the plan?
Well, it's weird that we're talking about The View because I don't know if you've seen anything that happened today. Have you seen anything that happened literally this morning?
I've not.
So this morning, I was picking my daughter up. Well, it's this afternoon, I guess. I was picking my daughter up from school, and I had a few friends text me that Anna Navarro had compared me to Hunter Biden and said on air that, or alluded, she didn't use my name specifically, but she said co-hosts that have been here, you can watch the clip, that I had basically done the exact same thing Hunter Biden has done. So
wait, hold on. Let's break this down, Megan. Let's break this down. Have you ever smoked crack?
I have not.
I have
not.
Is there a laptop full of like 100 like naked pictures of you? Have you ever slept with any of your siblings' spouses?
God, no. No. And I've also never worked as a lobbyist
Okay.
or done anything with lobbying or anything illegal, obviously. And I've never been accused of a crime that I'm aware of. And I'm pretty square. So she said all this on the show, and I like am talking to my lawyer as soon as I get off with you about if I have a lawsuit.
Oh,
So
wow.
because I'm being accused of crimes on ABC News,
Yeah,
and it's serious.
but
I have not.
but I mean, my question to you is, do you think that anyone can take that seriously to compare? Well, I mean, maybe she's saying that Hunter Biden did nothing wrong, so you did nothing wrong. So maybe it's the other way around.
Look, even if it's, and I've not talked to, I've only briefly talked to my lawyer. I have a longer call this afternoon, but, it may not go anywhere. I may not do anything, but I can't go like a week without something being said about me on this show. Literally a week ago, someone else said something on a podcast about me that hosts the show. And the thing about The View is that I didn't know when I signed my contract with ABC that this is forever. That for the rest of my life, I'm going to be like bullied and yelled at and abused and brought up years. I haven't been on that show in years. Yeah. And as you know, like I'm just trying to live my life, host my own new podcast. I've got another project coming out in the future in January and raise my daughters. And I just didn't know that when I signed to do this show that I have to deal with like these crazy old people just yelling about me all the time. All the time. I go whole swaths of time without thinking about them, Malice, like whole months without thinking about them, thinking about the show or anything. And apparently I am just on their minds every day. And it's pathetic.
Well, do you think that maybe it's because you were there to be?
Yeah, so you guys see that. The only thing I think I want to push back on, the guy says that The View is like wrestling, right? Honestly, I think that wrestling is much, much more real than The View, than anything that is happening on The View, because wrestling, guys, is actually entertainment to somebody. I don't like it much, but somebody's entertained by it. The View, there's nothing entertaining about it. There's no redeeming quality. That is just pure state propaganda, right? And it's proven by this nonsense here. The guy has a point. Which is it? What do these people actually believe? That Hunter Biden did nothing? Or that all politician kids do shady international deals? That can't be what they think. Obviously, they know. They know, just like we all know, that what Hunter Biden is accused of. We don't all know if he did it, but we know what he's accused of. And we know that it is not normal. That it's not the normal behavior of politicians or their kids. And we also know that Meghan McCain did nothing like that. No one has ever alleged it. No one has ever assumed it. It just didn't happen. I cannot believe they came up with a talking point like that. But, I'm really hoping this does become, such a wonderfully huge issue for The View, because this really is an unforced error. But that's all I've got, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. We'll see you in the next one.